The EQs are finally here, and we are headed that way. Behind me, St. Lawrence River. Came straight over from across, stayed for 4 days, and had a big time catching St. Lawrence River smallmouth. All right, we're back. Camera battery died. Lacrosse was fun last week. Hopefully you watched that video. It was up and down for me, and it became evident to me that God's plan is perfect, and it was not his plan for me to win that tournament. But we still had a great event. I'm very thankful for it, and ready to get these EQs rolling. 3 events, roughly 100 guys, all fighting for top 10 spots for an invitation to the Elite Series. So that's the goal. The objective is just to have fun and catch fish and let things happen. Like, we've been fishing loose, been having a lot of fun at it. So that is the objective for the week. The goal is 3 solid finishes and top 10. But if not, that's all right. We're gonna give it our best and be content with it. So headed over to Plattsburgh now. This is gonna be a fun week as far as staying. I'll try to get some extra camera stuff going, more so than I usually do, but I've got Brandon McMillan, Joey Nania, and Blake Smith. We're all 4 staying in the same house. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. All those are great dudes, and we're gonna have a good time. Cooking some walleye tonight for them, so that'll be fun. But Champlain in September, I expect to catch a lot of Roman smallmouth. Some largemouth may play. I know the lake's low. I really have no clue. I fished this place one time, and it was in the end of July. Caught smallmouth, had a decent event, and just don't know a lot about the lake. Going into it with an open mind. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. So 2.5-hour drive from St. Lawrence over to Plattsburgh. Let's get rolling. Let's get this thing going. Made it to Plattsburgh. Got the old Phoenix slicked up a little bit, thank goodness. We are staying in what Brandon McMillan refers to as a haunted house. Got him and his wife and boy here, and Joey Nania and Blake Smith will be in a couple hours. We're eating walleye tonight. Can't wait for that. Right now Tennessee and Georgia are playing, so I'm gonna go watch football. Day 1 is here. We had a good fishing church this morning. Joey gave a word out of 1 Corinthians, and it was about Paul's endurance and how we can surround ourselves with other followers of Christ to help us keep the faith and not backslide. And the ramp, there's room for 2 trucks and boats on the ramp, and evidently we timed it wrong, because now we're sitting in a line of like 20 or 30 guys, and we're not moving very quick, but we'll eventually get in the water, I guess, and time to go find a bass. This is nuts. There's guys hitting rocks with their props. That's how far we've made it from the ramp, and it's skinny. Guys in front of me still plowing mud to get out to water where we can run. She is low. We're gonna have to be careful this week. Check this out. Caught a smallmouth. He relieved himself of a lamprey. Yuck. Just caught that fish 25 foot deep, 410. All right, practice is a wrap. Caught 19 the first day, 20 yesterday, and almost 21 today, so it's improving. Just catching a lot of fish. Bad, had a guy cut me off there, but day off tomorrow, we'll go get him. Okay, day off.
Boat doesn't look too bad. Got it squared away. We got a vessel inspection at noon, making sure we don't have too many transducers, and then we have registration and a meeting after that. Brandon and Blake getting ready. Joey went to play golf. He's a golfer and a bass fisherman. But been a good day so far. Ready to go catch them.
All right, it's day one. Man, it just feels like a fish catching morning. Awesome sunrise, a little bit of clouds. It's going to be a little bumpy today, but that's okay. We're getting live wheels full. We're going to put some ice in them and get ready to fill them up. Let's go get them.
I know that you need Christ, or you already have Christ. There's two people in this world. And guys, that's what my goal is for you to have that peace that I have. And I said, I'm not boasting it. I just desire that everyone has that. Let's go to the Lord's Prayer. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this morning. God, I just pray that you protect each and every one of these anglers. I pray that their families are protected while they're here.
Number 22 from Tennessee, Jimmy Washer.
What's checking that? 3.
Shoot.
Yeah, considering how fickle they were.
Right, here comes day 2. That north wind is gassing. This place is going to be rowdy. Thank goodness we're in a big, comfortable boat. We're going to just take it easy, roll around, try to maximize our time with trolling motor down, and catch as many 4-pounders as we can catch. And if the Lord gives us another 5, then we'll sure have a great day. So, just going to honor God and give it all.
86, the 2021 Angler of the Year from Minnesota, Zach Fighter.
right, we ended up in 36th. Had 19.3 today, had 40 pounds even. It's crazy how they caught them, but thankful for not bombing the first one, but wish we'd have done better. Wish we'd have capitalized today. And I just couldn't get a big bite. I thankfully caught a couple of 4s, 4 1/4 and a 4 1/2 that really saved me, but needed a real big one to separate myself from the field where they caught a bunch of fish. But hey, we had fun, ready to get home and prep for Wheeler. It's right around the corner. Thank y'all.
All right, here's your recap for Lake Champlain. I made a 19-hour drive in one day. That was rough. Got home last night a little bit before midnight. And man, it's so dry down here down south. We hadn't had any rain. And I woke up at like 5:30, 5 o'clock with just an unbelievable dry throat. You can just tell going from New York to you know, central Tennessee in the matter of a day kind of had an effect on me. But here's the recap for Lake Champlain. Excuse my inability to talk clearly, but the one and number one only bait that I caught fish on, weighed fish in during the event was a jig head minnow. I threw a variety of different baits. I threw a variety of different heads because I was catching the fish from 60 to right under the surface. They were roaming a lot. It seemed like they wanted deep water access, like deeper than 60, 80, 90, 100, 150. They wanted that deep water access pretty close by. And at certain times of the day, depending on the sunlight, depending on their mood, depending on the wind direction, there was a lot of different factors that I never necessarily dialed them all in to put the puzzle together. But I did determine that I needed a 3/8 ounce head, I needed a 1/4 ounce head, and I needed a lighter head than a 1/4. Pretty much always a 5-inch bait. I tried some smaller stuff. They seemed like the better fish just wanted to commit to that 5-inch bait better. I even tried some bigger stuff. That one right there is a Jinko Don. It's just a good 5-inch imitator that rolls good. Through a variety of other stuff that I'm not going to go into just for the sake of the video. I think it was more about those fish's mood and presenting them with the right cast, leading them, and having a good natural color. But 3/8, 1/4, and then one even lighter, like a 1/5, 3/16. As far as leader size, I threw a 10-pound leader on the 3/8 head. The reason for that, I could have went heavier, could have boat flip fish easier, handled them, you know, even better. I don't think it would have influenced them because when they would see the bait, you were trying to speed it up to get them to come get it. But the 10-pound line on 3/8 ounce head, 10-pound line cuts water quicker. I was hitting them with this when they were 30, 40, 50, you know, almost even 60 foot deep. They were constantly moving, and the lighter line cut the water better, allowed that heavier head to fall faster, get to them faster, because it was all about getting in front of them, letting them see that bait falling, and then starting to tease them with it as they reacted to it. So on the lighter heads, I actually went up to 12 and then 14 on the lightest, just to give that bait a different action and kind of help encourage that lighter head to fall even lighter. So 7/6 medium spinning on the hammer. That's my go-to rod for making long casts. In it, you know, pretty much any mid-range minnow up to big ones and even small ones. The same rod. I caught them on 2 or 3 weeks ago at La Crosse, you know, with a little bitty 3.5-inch minnow, catching smallmouth with a you know, a super light head, 1/8 ounce head. So that's a good rod setup for that occasion. Sunline SX1 10-pound to, like I said, 10 to a 14-pound leader. So it was all about using you know, sonar to just cover a bunch of water, try to find those roaming fish when they were up chasing bait. When they were not, when they were in a bad mood and they were just kind of sulking on the bottom. A lot of them would even look like carp or drum, and you throw it enough of them and all of a sudden one would react. You say, oh heck, those are smallmouth I've been seeing, and not something else. So that was when they were in a bad mood. But when they were in a good mood, they'd see that bait coming from a long ways away. And a big percentage of them would actually get it. 4-pounders were huge, you know, 40 pounds even is what I had for a 2-day total. That's 10 fish, and I finished 36th. Crazy if you look at like 25th, 20th, man, it just wasn't much weight difference at all, and gosh, it bums me out that I weighed a 3.5 in on day 2, but rough conditions, it just wasn't easy. Even though the weights made it look like it was not easy to just run around, pull up and catch, you know, a good quality fish. But if I could have traded him in for a 4.5, then it had done an unbelievable improvement on points. But still, not a terrible start to the EQs. We have 2 events left, and we need to improve from where we're at, 36th. Obviously, the goal is after 3 events being the top 10. Fishing good right now, got confidence, just having a lot of fun, trying to end the season strong. We will just give it our very best. We'll honor God along the way and see what he has in store for us in these next 2. 6 days from now, I'll leave for Wheeler, right down the road, Tennessee River. Y'all be sure to stay tuned for that one. And please drop a comment. I don't get a lot of reaction out of smallmouth tournaments. It would really make me feel like this is worth my time and effort, just to have some comments of some sort, hopefully positive, just to help get this video some clicks and some views. So appreciate y'all so much for all the support, and we'll catch you around the corner.